Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is January 12th and this is my weekly shop update. This is a pretty big one this week because this is my 52nd episode. So that means that I've been doing this every single week for a year after this episode. So next week I'm planning on doing some kind of cool look back sort of thing. So we'll see how that goes, but until next week, let's talk about what's going on this week. So to get started this week, I have a featured channel for you. This week it's Guy's Wood Shop. And if you haven't already subscribed, take a look at his work. He does some really great videos taking you through his whole process of building something, from all the way from design or just his thoughts in his head through all the project, through all the steps in the project, all the way through to the completion of that project. Right now he's making a secretary with some timber doors, some vertical timbers, which are really cool and they actually worked out really well. Now the cool thing about Guy is he's really supportive. He was actually, as far as I can tell, my first subscriber, and he was extremely supportive of my work early on. And probably without his support, I probably wouldn't be here talking to this camera right now. So thank you so much, Guy, for everything that you've done for me as far as support goes, and really thank you as well for all the support you've given to everyone else in the woodworking community. Guy is a really great guy. He is really caring, and he does interact with a lot of people. So Guy, I really appreciate it, and I'm sure a lot of the other creators out there appreciate you being part of this team as well. So so how about that sawmill video? A funny story with that. So as I said in the video, I've been pestering Jim since I met him 2.5 years ago to take that mill out and show me how it works, because he's always been talking about it and I know he spent a lot of time on it. So this past Saturday he asked me if I wanted to go out there and get some logs out of the woods, and of course, yeah, I love doing that, so why not? So I drove out there. When I pull up, I see him setting up this mill and I had probably the biggest smile on my face because I've been waiting so long to see that thing run. And it works really well. The hydraulics on the Bobcat are really powerful enough to power that saw blade through those cuts pretty quickly. A cut all the way down the log, 6 inches deep, 8 feet long, took 45 seconds, which I thought was pretty good considering the power that was there. I'm not sure exactly how much power that Bobcat has, but it seemed to work pretty well. I had a question from Dominic Bender. He asked me how well the boards were actually milled from that log. So I brought in one of the boards that we cut to show you. And as far as thickness goes, it's extremely consistent. Whoa! As I was saying, as far as thickness goes, it's very consistent. And as far as like cut quality, you know, it's rough sawn, but it's a lot smoother than the typical circular saw mill lumber that I've seen. So I think it cuts even better than like a commercial circular sawmill. But yeah, that cut really well. It's a lot of fun to use. Yeah, you know, a little unsafe, but it was fun. That thing's back in storage again. I'm not sure if it'll ever come out again. I think Jim kind of got a little more excited about the mill itself, having used it again, so who knows, maybe he'll work on it again and improve it some more. We'll see. Here in the shop, I continued working on the secretary, the upper case. I got all the interior pre-finished and I have it glued up here on my bench. Normally I would go through and mask off any areas that are actually part of the joint, but this time I was feeling a little more crazy and I just didn't. I just was really careful about applying the finish to avoid those areas, and it actually worked out really well in my favor. I didn't really get any finish into the joints, which in this case are just dados. To glue up the case, I used epoxy because I needed a much longer working time. And a lot of these joints are end grain, so I think the epoxy gives a little bit more strength in that case. I think it took me about 20 minutes or so to get it all glued up and clamped. And this is a really good example. I know a lot of people wonder like why you need two slabs, you need a split in your bench. Well, without a split in your bench, you couldn't really clamp something like this. It's really convenient because you can just run a clamp all the way down through the bench and actually clamp this thing to the bench itself. So that is really handy. Oh, and like last week, I don't think I had both the doors built. So here they are. Take a look. Here are both of the doors. See if I can get them both in my hands here. Here's both the doors. I think they turned out really nicely, actually. I'm really happy with these. I can't wait to get the finish applied. I have a few more details to complete on the doors. I need to rabbet the back side of them because they're going to be partially inset into the case, and I also need to run a bead along the outside as well. But that's okay because I can't hang them yet because I didn't order enough hinges. So when I went to order the hinges, I was like, yeah, I just need one pair of hinges because, you know, I got 2 doors and I need a hinge for each, right? So I only ordered 1 pair. I actually need 2 pairs. So I'm waiting for the other pair of hinges to come in so I can mount the doors to the case. But once I get them in, I can get them all finished up and installed. And the other little detail I worked on this week was on the little prospect box that goes into the gallery. I finished up little drawers that are on the inside. I just have one of them in here right now, right here. But I got these little drawers finished up. They're really small, little tiny dovetail drawers. And then I also just added the bottom to them, a little beveled panel that goes into the bottom. And I just did that with a hand plane, just like I normally do. Pretty quick, a lot of fun. But the cool thing about this is, like, I'm just like working on all these little details, on all these little things on the whole desk project, and I'm really like, I'm getting close. It's an awesome feeling. I'm really excited to be done with this thing, get it done, get it finished, get it in the house. It's gonna come together. I'm hoping I'll have it done soon, really soon. So looking forward to that as well. So thank me for letting him use my tool. Dima got me a brace and bit set. He got me a brace and he got me a set of augers as well. Well, these augers, they need a little bit of attention. They are not sharp at all, but overall they're in great shape. So all I have to do is sharpen them and get them ready for use, and then I'll have a nice little hand drill to use in the shop as well. So thank you, Dima, I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming by again and hanging out with me in the shop. If you haven't seen the video Dima did last week, he did some of the jointing and planing work here in the shop. So I'll leave a link to his channel in the description as well. So if you haven't seen the announcement already, I'm going to be the guest on this coming Brain Pick with Bob from I Like to Make Stuff. That is going to be on the 27th of January, and I think it's at 9:30 Eastern Time. There's been a lot of great creators on that show with Bob, so I'm really looking forward to being episode 10. It should be fun. So I'm going to remind you every single week up until that day, so set your calendar now so you don't have to worry about it. You can just listen to me remind you about it the next 2 weeks. Let's see what else. Last week I announced a little drawing for the pen blanks from the wood that came from the panels for the doors, and I'll go ahead and I'll draw the winner now. I had 72 people enter, and see, 44 is the winner. Who is 44? All right. Ow. Jeff Edison, congratulations. I'll be sending you a message here on YouTube just to get your mailing address, and then I'll be sending you out these pen blanks or whatever you want to use them for. So thank you to everyone who entered the drawing last week, and especially big thank you to everyone who left some really amazing, uplifting comments showing their support for me. I really appreciate that, and it's just amazing to know there's so many people out there who care about me. So thank you again to everyone out there. I really, really appreciate all the support. So this week we have Ask Matt, which will be about the workbench. And I'm also trying to get the videos done for the shop tour and like the shop evolution and all that stuff. I want to release those all at once. I think it's either going to be 2 or 3 videos. So I want to have them all done at once so I can have them all released at once, so there's some kind of continuity there. But if you have any questions for the Ask Matt segment, or you have any questions that you want me to answer live on the show, or it's live for me on this show, but unless you want to ask them on Brain Pick. If you have any questions you want me to answer on this not live show, please send those to me. I'm always looking for more things I can address and answer here on the show. You can send those over to me either in the comments, or you can follow me over on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. If you're not already following me over on the social media sites, please like or follow me, or whatever platform you want. It's always great for me to see what everyone else is working on, and if you are working on something you want to share with me, post them on my Facebook page or tweet them to me, because I really like to see what everyone else is working on. It's really cool. I like seeing other people's stuff. So that's about it for this week. So thank you for watching. As always, I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. As always, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.